Hey, how's it going? Dranus here. Welcome to City Skylines. So in this video we will do a quick guide of how to get started and get your city going right away and making sure your city doesn't get bankrupt at the start. I've played this game before quite a lot and I really enjoyed it. It's a very laid back game and very relaxing. So if you have the chance, definitely pick it up. I would recommend picking it up in the sale. Because City Skylines is a very big game, it can be a bit overwhelming. I would recommend playing with some mods. Now don't be demoralized, because installing mods for City Skylines is very easy. City Skylines is on Steam and you can just use the Steam Workshop for it. The first mod I would recommend is the all areas purchasable. What this means is normally you have only 9 areas to be purchased. And what this mod does is that 25 of the areas can be purchased. I must say I have never even filled up the 9. So getting the 25 areas can get you a very big city. But it isn't really necessary, so bulldoze it. It's a really good one to have. Sometimes businesses in certain buildings will get out of there if they don't have enough customers. This sometimes just happens. And they will leave an empty building. Normally these buildings will stay there, so you have to manually bulldoze them, and what this one does is that it will automatically bulldoze empty buildings, so there can be built a new building there. So I would recommend always picking up bulldoze it. We also have move it. This will make your city more tight. Sometimes if you place a building near a road or something, the building will be a little bit off, and with move it you can move all objects in the game just a little bit, so things will smooth out and things will fit better together. This one you can pick up this one, but it doesn't really do anything, so it's up to you. Random tree rotation, I really like this one, especially if you're placing trees, because if you don't have this, the trees will be all in the same direction, so when you use this, all trees will be random. Then the roundabout builder, very good mod. It will build a roundabout for you, and you can also increase or decrease the size the roundabout will be. So very good one. This one, stable manage your city's traffic, is a must-have. Tree brush, I have this one because I really like the trees in this game. So with this you can just make more trees at once. But yeah, that was it for the mod so far. You can enable the unlimited money. So money never runs out. This will get you started right away, but I really like the challenge of having my city to make money and not to go bankrupt, so I never use this one. And unlimited trees mod, normally you have a maximum trees you can plant on your map, and this will remove that cap. So we'll continue into the game now, and I will show you how this works when starting up a city and how to make sure your city won't go bankrupt in the start, because this can be a bit hard. When you pick a new game, you have a lot of options. As you can see, I have only these maps, but you have a lot more maps here. These are with other expansions. I don't really recommend buying all of these, because most of the time you only have little things added to the game. Let's just pick this one, Garden Rivers. You can also choose if you want left-hand traffic, and you can give your city a name. Here you can see all the natural resources that are on this spawn place, the outside connections, suitable area for building, and this is only for the first tile you start on, because you can very soon pick a new tile and these will have other things on them. So don't really pay too much attention to this, doesn't really matter. So once you begin, you will get a pop-up here, just close it, and you can zoom out with your mouse button, with your middle mouse button. So you can see we have one connection to the highway here, and you see this sign. This means it isn't connected to our city yet. I also always recommend is pausing the game at the start, because if you don't do this, you will have to pay road maintenance and your money will go down. So you can see the money we have here, and we have here the roads we can build. Also this on the top, this is the mod manager for the roads to be able to customize them. First thing you want to do is just to build a little bit road like this, and what this will do is this will unlock other roads for us. So Now we have more roads. As you can see, the highway is one way, so we have one way going up and one way going in. I have experienced that having a 2-lane highway exit here at the start is the best thing to do. So what we will do is make sure we have enough room to make another road here, and we do the same for this one. Now you see we have still the sign here, and this is because this road goes this way and this road goes this way. What we can do to fix this is click on this one, press right mouse button on the road, and it will change direction. So what this will do is that the road will now connect to this one. For now we will connect these with just a single 1-lane road. You can always upgrade your roads later. For example, if we want a 6-lane road here, you can just select your thing, select the upgrade button and press left mouse button. As you can see, we have upgraded this road now, but the bigger the road, the bigger the maintenance costs are. So for now we will leave it at this. Alright, so we have our connection to the highway completed now. Now we have to look for places to build our houses. As you can see on the bottom here, we have 3 different things that can be acquired. We have residential zone, we have the commercial zones, and we have the industrial zones. So first off, we see we really need the residential zones, but I've played this game before and I know we will soon also need the commercial zones and the industry zones. Always keep in mind that industry will create pollution and people really don't want to live near pollution. So I would always recommend to build your industry on one side and your residential on the other side. So for example, I'm going this way, and if you build a road you can see that you can line out the places where buildings will be. So this area we have for housing now, and we're going to make a little area here for industry. We also need electricity in this game, and you have a couple of different options to get your electricity. So we have wind turbine, we also have a coal power plant or an advanced coal power plant. The advanced coal power plant is 35,000 and we only have 51,000, so I don't think I will go for this one just yet. But as you also can see, this one gives a power output of 56 megawatts and this one only for 40 megawatts. We can also put the wind turbine here if you don't want to create pollution, but as you can see this only outputs 8 megawatt on its highest. So I think we go for the power plant here. You can switch it up later once you unlock this one, for example. So what you can do is you place this one on the road, like here, and this blue area shows where the power is right now. But we also want to have power on the other side of our city. So what you have to do is to take a power line and make sure it reaches the other side. We also need water. This time we can't suck up water here because we also need to drop our used sewage water here, and if they are close together, the pumping station will just pump up sewage and we don't want it. So we want a water tower somewhere. This can also be built near the industry because it will create pollution and this water will get polluted. So for now I think we will place it here, and we will get a drain pipe on this location. You have to connect these with a pipe. These are under the road, and as you can see the blue area is where the water is now. So the best thing you can do is fill in all these areas at the start to make sure all is covered with the water. Same goes for the industry here. Alright. The only thing we need to do now is to make sure we have some commercial once we reach that. So what this means is we need to do this, and we also need to connect this, it seems. And then we have to connect this also to the commercial area. As you can see, we only have 11,000 left, but our main infrastructure is ready now. So what we can do is fill this in with our housing, and once we press the play button, you will see that people will start building here. Also, a good thing to know is once we reach 480 population, we can introduce taxes. So what this means is that the taxes tab will be unlocked, and we can raise it a bit so we get more income. And also, once we reach this milestone, we will unlock loans, and this will help you keep growing at the start, because later you get a fire station and healthcare and police department, and these buildings cost quite a lot of money, but you really need them. Also, the button here on the left, the globe, if you press it, you can see the tile we have right now. And once the tile unlocks, you can purchase a new tile. A lot of things you can do, and you have a lot of things you can specialize in later on. But at the start, it is always nice to start like this or something similar, because most of the time it will be a bit hard to get started. As you can see, we are still losing money, but this is okay. This always happens at the start of the game. Ooh, we are just in time. As you could see there, I forgot to connect my sewage to the power grid, and all the sewage was piling up. So don't forget that one. If we were a little bit later, we had to start over. But as you can see, we're starting to get into the green. We have commercial here, we have living here, and we have the industry here. Once your city is running, you can also check the electricity, and as you can see here, we have energy consumption of 7 and we have the production of 40 megawatt. So all we have to do now is just wait for a little bit until we reach the milestone and we get more options to choose from. We unlocked Little Hamlet, so we unlocked the taxes, the loans, and we also got garbage, we also got healthcare and education. So we now have the ability to make garbage trucks. If you don't do this in time, garbage will pile up and people will be unhappy. The recycling center also processes garbage. The processing rate is very slow, and the landfill site will just dump it all in one place. It can be a good one to start out with, but later on you have to build or the burning plant for the garbage, or a bigger recycling center or more recycling centers. We also have the medical clinic now unlocked. Citizens can get sick, and with the medical clinic they will all be a lot happier. If I place this, for example, you will see everyone gets very happy. Also, once you reach a milestone, you get a little bit of gold, and we also have the taxes unlocked. I've experienced if you put the taxes to 12%, people are still okay with it, but if you put it higher, people won't be happy. So I would recommend leaving it at 12. And as you can see, we have a loan now. And we also got some education. A little bit of the road marking tool then. As you can see, there are traffic lights here. I usually want to put them off. It's this button here. And you can just turn them off. The traffic will go a lot faster here. And don't have to wait for the traffic lights that much. So I can really recommend just removing the traffic lights or only using roundabouts. Talking about roundabouts, I told you before about the roundabout builder. It's this one here. If you select road, you can here increase or decrease the radius. So for example, let me take 45, and I will just place it here. As you can see, we have a nice round circle, and you can just upgrade this to the roads you want. We now have a big roundabout, you can see. I hope this gets you started right away and you don't get bankrupt that much, especially in the beginning, and keep growing just little by little. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, and I see you in the next one. Bye.